Hello again, everybody. Welcome back finally to Not-so-Newbee Rumble 16, where we will rerun the battles from last Sunday, because the audio was kind of screwed. My headset was not cooperating. But, well, we can now finally rerun everything. I was going to do it on Friday actually, but I sort of just slept through most of Friday and Saturday. So here I am, Sunday morning, finally doing the battles as I said. Without much further ado, I think we should just get started with the first battle, the Knight of Selena against the Minegumo. Right, where's the Knight of Selena? There's the Minegumo, and the Knight was right below it. Now, the Knight of Selena is an airship, technically, so we'll give it a few meters of extra altitude. But looking at it should make quite clear why it doesn't really need to spawn at an altitude. It's using propellers. I don't think it's got any custom jets or simple jet engines that try to keep it up. So it should just be completely fine even if it goes into the water. Apart from being slowed down by it, of course. Now, the Minegumo, with its 3 turrets, should have a bit higher damage output at range, at least. Even if the Lambs is attempting to shoot out some of those shells. Looks like most of them are getting through. Oh. Turret angles causing some issues here. And that's some APS out. Let's see where... Oh! That's a whole turret out. So... the Knight of Selena got the ability to penetrate all the way through to those guns. And take off turret caps, as we've seen. And that's not even its main damage source, so to say. Looks like it's going in now. It's going to put those drills to good use. Coming in directly from behind against the Minegumo. Yeah, there it goes. Another turret is missing. And I think that's the last turret gone. So, very, very different outcome compared to last time, because last time I think the Minegumo kept its guns for a lot longer and could actually damage the Knight of Selena a lot. This time though, it's completely disarmed. The Knight of Selena takes the win. Yeah, looking at the results I've put into the brackets, it's been different last time, but well, guess we do mix it up a little bit. And move on to the next battle. The refitted trimmer against the Allshell. The refitted trimmer, there it is. Going up against the Allshell, should be up here. This is the newest version of it. With a refitted AI and no difference apart from that. So let's see how this goes. I remember this being quite a long, drawn-out battle last time. Although the Allshell did eventually crumble. The incendiary shells did a pretty decent job in the last round, or last week when we ran this battle first. As of now, the Allshell is taking the lead, the early lead at least. And that's only with 3 of its guns online. There's another 3 in the back, which are now engaging. Let's see if this battle also has a different outcome. The trimmer, or the refitted trimmer, is definitely capable of punching through this armor. Yeah, there we go. That's one turret. Battered quite a lot. Oh! There is one turret that got disabled on the refitted trimmer. That gun barrel is definitely too small to be functional still. So the Allshell has the ability to inflict critical damage to those guns, after all. Just needs to hit the right spots with the right shells, which is not a given with the Allshell. It's firing all sorts of shells. Oh, but I feel like this was another heat shell or something, getting just about the right angle and position to, yeah, just disconnect this gun entirely, almost. I don't even know where it disconnected, but it clearly has. Oh yeah, it has. It must have disconnected it way down here. Well, so the Allshell has decimated the armament of the refitted trimmer. 2 out of 4 guns already out. Let's see what the Allshell's looking like. Oh. No, no. Allshell, this front turret is pretty beat up, but still firing. The guns overall seem to be... I mean, it's kind of submerging a little bit too much, maybe. Might have had some engine damage or something? Can't really see it. Yeah. This turret got beat up bad. But it is also still firing. Again, it is aiming near a turret. Let's see if it gets a heat shell in the mix. That does something. I don't even know which tracer color the heat shells are. Oh, the Allshell is stationary in the water and looks like it's rolling over. That is bad news for it. It was doing so well, but I suppose that's bad news. It probably took engine damage, as I had assumed then. Yeah, that's definitely engine damage. Let's hope this doesn't take too long for one side to decisively win, because the Allshell can still fight back. Once the trimmer gets to the right angles, it can still land hits. There we go. I think it's got elevation of 3-meter mantlets. Yeah, it's got the Omni 3-meter mantlet, so it can actually aim quite a way up. And it is doing something. It is hitting. Getting some hits in on one turret here. Let's see how much further does it need to go to actually get to the turret. Oh, there's still some heavy armor here. It's not getting through that, not even with heat. Oh boy. This is some APS parts falling out. This gun's disabled. Probably. Oh, it is still firing. Forget what I said, it is still working. The other 2 turrets are about to go online, there we go. They're not doing terribly much right now. But I mean, they are still doing damage. This is kind of how the battle went last time, although I don't think the Trimmer took out, or the Trimmer lost any of its guns last battle, or when we first ran it. Still, this, unlike last one, is looking very, very similar in terms of how it's going. The Allshell is losing turrets, or at least chunks of armor around the turrets. That's going right for the turrets now. Could definitely just punch right through and get to one of those turrets. Oh, how sad it be. The Allshell is still ahead in terms of health. Not by much, but it is still ahead. Trying to get these guns to bear. Oh, are any of these front guns actually still usable? Yes, they look like there still is some power in those. Just a little bit further up, there we go. Destroying mainly just some wood and some metal perhaps. Not actually killing blows. Which the Allshell needs some very, very lucky hits right now to still pull a win out of this one. I mean, we see some EMP every now and then, but I don't think that's going to do any good for it. See, there's some more EMP. Some incendiary shells, although most of the wood by now is left underwater, so not doing as much as it did at the start. And there we go, the turrets can't fire anymore. Here goes the back armament, firing now. Still whittling away at the health of the Trimmer. They're even now. But those guns are almost unable to engage again, so in just a few moments I feel like the Trimmer is going to pull ahead. Only a few minutes before the battle ends. Yeah, there we go. The Allshelly can't engage anymore. And so, there goes the Trimmer taking the lead after 8 minutes of being behind. Yeah, that one hit on the engine that just kind of took it out really did just win the game for the Trimmer. Twice. Perhaps that engine is under-armored or needs some backup engines. Just for next time, mainly. Trimmer's taking it very, very slowly. It is in no hurry to get back into the firing angles of these guns. Although there will apparently still be some return fire from the Allshelly. Can it take back the 2% it's behind right now? Does it have the firepower necessary to take the win? Steal it, perhaps even? Doesn't need much. Just some wood with some frag shells, yes. Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be very close, actually. 1%. Roundabout. Oh, I think the turrets are about to lose angles. Yeah. There we go, they can't fire anymore. And the trimmer takes a very different turn, which ultimately keeps it in the lead and out of the gun's firing angles. So yeah, this one goes to the trimmer, although it was much closer, I'd say. Right. Next up, we've got the Reluctance against the Anticipation. We all know the Reluctance's tendencies to just DQ enemies, but it shouldn't happen anymore, given that I've increased the DQ range by 100 meters, and the Reluctance is a refit. It is supposedly not doing this anymore with its AI, and it spawns at a 30-degree angle. There we go. So yeah, the Reluctance. Just gonna quickly point out what happened with the refit. Some AI changes definitely were part of the refit. Also, these two cram cannons were added. The Anticipation is still the same as it was last Newbee Rumble, no changes here. Which means it's got quite decent lamps. And it's just going to zap all those missiles out the air. It also has these relatively potent guns, which could definitely hurt. Although that lamp's battery back here just took quite a hit. So perhaps the missiles will get fielded. There goes the Reluctance taking a big chunk. The crabs did get zapped that time. Shells bouncing. Yep, that's all the missiles zapped. And that hurt. The crabs got zapped the second they left the barrels. Here goes the Reluctance drifting. Yeah, the lamps is definitely just bodying every last munition that's thrown at the Anticipation. Another shell bounce. We're seeing a lot of bounces, honestly. There we go, another bounce. Set of missiles going out. Will they connect? No. Yes, some of them do. And the cramps connect too. There's gotta be some blind angles for the lamps where the munitions just don't get detected. Can't really explain this any other way. See, now the missiles just get zapped again. And the shells. And those shells just go. Now Anticipation is DQing, that's probably the Reluctance's fault. Although the Anticipation is also trying to run away a lot. Reluctance is obviously on lower DQ points. Because it just turns faster and goes in again. Whereas the Anticipation kept leaving the battle. Yeah, that hurt. The Reluctance, that certainly did hurt. Some bounces again. What's falling out here? Some... not that much actually. That's just metal. And no DQ points gained this time. The Reluctance turned around fast enough. Here comes another swarm of missiles, which partially get zapped, partially don't. feel like the more missiles get through with their EMP payload, they just will continuously disable more lamps and increase their chances of getting through. Although, I'm not sure it can snowball fast enough. The Reluctance is at half the stored materials, almost. Anticipation is lower, which might be because the slams is taking up a lot of energy. Oh, that looks like a gun barrel disconnected. Yes, it is. Reluctance again, going in. Must have lost the cram turret at some point, I didn't notice, but there's one missing now. Another set of missiles hits. As the Reluctance flies directly overhead. This is just... Now it's just dropping the ordnance directly at... Oh, never mind, the anticipation is reversing. When's the last time you saw an FTD AI just reverse like this? This is a broadside AI too. It's not like a frontsider. Why is it trying to frontside? Did the Reluctance passing overhead just confuse it that much? We're certainly witnessing some odd behavior from the FTD AI right now. Grabbing myself a screenshot here. While the guns are in the back and not brought to bear against the Reluctance, it actually has quite the advantage. But yeah, there we go. It's back to using those back turret. Oh, never mind. It's front siding. Why is this thing front siding? It's going forward again. So here we go. Back to broadsides. That was still just odd. Very odd behavior. More EMP again. The Reluctance is still behind by about 2%. It's been behind much further at some points. So it's kind of catching up, I guess. But those missiles all just got lasered. That didn't help. Oh, is it going for that? Ouch. That looks like engine parts. Yikes. Yeah, that's some ducts at battle. Nothing critical there. That doesn't look like anything too big either. I do wonder when that cram turret fell off. I really just didn't notice it. Oh, these missiles just went into the water. These also touched the water. The Reluctance must be flying a bit lower than it usually is for the missiles to be malfunctioning like that. Was another chunk of metal mainly. Again, just metal. The lamps is getting cooked. Kinda. That looks like more than just metal. Oh yeah, I see some custom jet engine parts. Yeah, at this point the Reluctance is not doing so hard, I don't think. Oh, I see DQ points ticking. That's... Now I'm gonna be honest, we can all quite clearly tell that the vehicle at fault here for the DQ points is the Reluctance mainly. So, if the DQ does happen on the anticipation, which it's only 4 points away from, I will probably just count it as a DQ by the Reluctance. missiles drop directly on top. Those actually kind of missed. Cram hits. And the anticipation is almost out of materials. In fact, it is out of materials now. So that lamps will not be protecting it anymore. For much longer at least. Yeah, there we go. That's quite the missile salvo landing. The Reluctance is also almost out of materials though, so the Reluctance is soon going to dive into the water. It's now behind about 3%. So it fell a bit further behind. I'm not even sure if the missiles will get to reload again before the Reluctance runs out of materials entirely. And there we go, it's dropping into the water. Is it naturally buoyant though? It is staying afloat. So I guess we're just waiting out those two ships. Never mind, we're not waiting. The win goes to the Anticipation. Decently close match. And yeah, same outcome as last time. Now then, for the next battle, we have the Archfey II, there it is, against the Z5. Poor Z's torpedoes will not connect. We know that much. Oh, I forgot to give the Z its spawn angle of, I think it was 30 degrees. So yeah, the Archfey II. Just fly over real quick. Back there is the Z5, the torpedo boat. The Archfey II has a torpedo decoy back here. Now, I believe last time what actually did occur was one of the torpedoes reached the decoy. Oddly enough. Still, the Z5 eventually lost. Oh, it's already lost a turret now. So, yeah. It lost 2 turrets. Yeah, this match is going much faster than last time. And the torpedoes definitely won't change the outcome here. Because, as is quite evident, they're going for this decoy. And I don't think they're gonna actually reach a decoy like that. Oh. Yeah, they're not agile enough to do that. Oh, never mind. One of them did detonate, but not close enough. Yeah, a lot of the torpedoes just go anywhere else. I think the Z5 lost its 3rd main gun too. So that's unfortunate. It will eventually lose the torpedoes too. At that point we can just end the battle, more or less. It would be better off using unguided torpedoes at this point. That's how bad it is with the decoy here. Although the decoy is getting chased. I think it got hit. It got torpedoed. And that was the ammo, I think. And yeah, the torpedoes are getting beat up now. So the decoy did get hit by the torpedoes, but not like that changes anything here. Yeah, torpedoes aren't even hitting because they lost their sonar for the most part. They're just not agile enough and running too low. So really, we're just waiting. It's not leading the torpedoes properly either. Maybe one or two of them will hit eventually, because they lost the ballast tanks as well, but I doubt that's happening, to be honest. Z's coming to a halt. Its engine must have died. And yeah, the torpedoes just pass underneath because They're running too low. Yeah, here goes the torpedo launch again, but not really going anywhere in particular. And so the Z just kind of continues to take the beating, but it has the torpedoes still. The strongest of all weapons, of course. The 20mm quad. It will come in clutch. Here go the torpedoes in a ballistic angle this time. Which... oh, there is actually 2 or 3 hits, because those actually did already lose their ballast tanks. And... oh, that's a big hit. That torpedo was actually still fully intact. Not like it did anything, but... the EMP could have done something there. Yeah. Just a waiting game at this point. The torpedoes will probably not reach. The Archfey II is out of materials. So eventually it'll stop moving once the engines run out of steam, pretty much. I'm surprised the Z5 still has torpedo launchers. Those usually get shot off way faster. Oh well, I guess this time the guns got shot off very fast instead. Oh, the Archfey II is rolling over a bit, almost. As it is coming to a halt now. Does it have roll props? It does. Let's hope it doesn't rely on those too much. Because else this would be embarrassing to explain, really. The Z5 is still just missing all shots. The angle it's at doesn't help. It's kind of launching the torpedoes downwards a lot. Nope, still passing underneath. And that's a miss. It's not like it's taking massive damage from the hits. Just piercing hits. Which, they crippled the ship very well, but they're not killing the ship. Annoyingly. And that was very close. That looked like it could have hit. Yeah. At this point the main damage the Z5 is dealing is actually just the 20mm guns. The torpedoes are not connecting. Let's see, can we catch the big intact one, this one here? Launch? Nope. Nope. I mean, it's gotta reload at some point. How would we rate this battle? Because, I mean, technically the Archfey II is still combat capable, it's just out of materials entirely. The Z5 is not disabled entirely either though, it still has weapons. Which makes this very odd. In terms of just trying to rate it. I think we're gonna still stick with the Archfey II winning, because, I mean, it's at 97%. How could we not consider this a win for the Archfey II? I mean, it's also hard to do a draw. Like, what are we supposed to do? Rerun the battle? this is not going anywhere. And while the Archfey II isn't sinking, it's rolling over a little bit. I mean, it's kind of low in the water. Why is the Z5 always just shooting the back with those torpedoes? It's not even aiming properly with the torpedoes, it's just aiming behind the target. It usually doesn't do that. Just poor aim point selection, I guess. And yeah. Yeah, I think we're just gonna call this a win for the Archfey II. Despite it running out of materials and not killing the enemy, it's so far ahead. Yeah. Goes to the Archfey II, which I think is the same outcome as last time. Yeah. So we're gonna do the next battle still. The Cesiarder against the Oppourtunity, the new submission. So let's see, the Cesiarder should be somewhere way up here. There it is. And the Oppourtunity is down here. Now sadly inspection for this was lost. I did do it on video as well, but I did inspect it. It is okay for Newbee Rumble. It has passed. Here it is with a lot of railguns and shields. It's kind of another bathtub. A pointy one. Oh wait, I forgot to spawn the Cesiarder at an altitude. My bad. Give it 100. And hope it doesn't fall into the water. Which it does sometimes do, even at this altitude. Pardon me. But it doesn't this time, it flies. Does it also turn correctly? It does, and it also dips into the water. Cesiarder is coming out of the water again. Got the Oppourtunity a little fried. Here comes another fiery broadside. As the Cesiarder again dips into the water. It's gaining DQ points from either going too high or too low. The fire is stacking up though. There's a turret gone. This is working well. Yeah, this thing is slightly fried. I don't think we've ever seen the Cesiarder stay on target for so long. Here goes another turret. Oppourtunity looking kind of toasty. Another turret falls off. Oh. Another turret explodes. The Oppourtunity is completely disarmed. Although the Cesiarder is DQing. So what do we count now? The Oppourtunity was disarmed first. The Cesiarder DQ'd second. I'd say this is a Cesiarder W. Which is actually a different outcome compared to last time again. But I mean, the Cesiarder did win. And yeah, I think that should conclude the battles we had. Maybe one or two battles that I've missed, or yeah. Well, I am out of time for now though, so until later today, goodbye.